Thank you, Father Carney, Father Becker, Reverend Fathers, virtuous business leaders, and my dear brothers. So when I was reflecting on who is my priest hero, I couldn't decide. The Lord has blessed me with so many amazing priests, and I am incredibly grateful. But I think one passage that Bishop Barron wrote about the priesthood really, for me, encapsulates the priesthood, and my priest hero lives this. So I'm going to first read this little tidbit on the priesthood. If the priest is to be a mediator between heaven and earth, if he is to speak symbolically of the all-embracing and ever-elusive mystery of being itself, he must be in habitual contact with the mystery. He must stand stubbornly in the presence of God. He must take with utmost seriousness the command of St. Paul to pray continually, to orient the whole of his being to the love of God. In short, the priest must be a mystic, a contemplative, a person of prayer. This is hardly the unique vocation of a monk. It is the parish priest, the privileged mystagogue, who must be in every fiber of his being formed by prayer. I love that. That is the priesthood to me. And the one who comes to mind who really has lived this out as an example to me is Father Peter Williams. He was here on staff for 1 year, my second year here at St. John Vianney. And what I saw in Father Peter Williams is one who stands in the presence of the Father. And he becomes an icon of Jesus, the Son, to everyone he meets. So how could I tell that a man is living in the presence of God? What was it about Father Williams? Well, everyone knows when they see him that he's just full of peace and joy. Like, you can't avoid it when you see him live. And this peace is continuous. Nothing breaks it. He just seems to be constantly in this place of peace and assurance. And there's a certain confidence he has, I think, in just carrying himself in this place of peace in relationship with God. And actually, I think the result of that peace is an extraordinary gentleness. Father Williams really, you never hear a harsh word from his mouth. Just so gentle and so Christ-like in that gentleness. And then besides the peace, there's the joy. There's always a smile breaking through that bearded face. You hardly see him not smiling. And I see that he has the joy in others and in the Lord. So first, in others. When I first came to SJV, it was my second year, so I was returning for my second year here. And I had known Father Williams very briefly. I really didn't know that he knew me, but I remember coming up the sidewalk outside, and he just said, "Joseph, it is good that you are here," and gave me a big hug. And that says it all. I mean, his joy in me, his delight in me, really was so affirming, and allowed me to be confident in who I am. And I think those who had formation with him were often just put at ease by his affirming joy. And so the joy is in others, and the joy is also in God. He'd be celebrating Mass or just in prayer, and occasionally you just see a big smile. That same smile erupt on his face during the Mass, the Holy Sacrifice of the Mass. And to me, this showed authenticity, that he was actually encountering the God who he was praying to, and God was filling him with that delight. And it was actually an inspiration for me to be more honest in prayer and to, if the Lord was giving me a gift, to be joyful and receive it in prayer. And so especially in these two things, his peace and his joy, he became an icon of Jesus to me and to those he meets. He just really is Jesus to me. And I think that is not possible without remaining deeply in the Father's presence. So the effect that he had on me was really that he helped show me the face of God the Father in his joy and delight. That really helped me to come to know the Father himself. And his witness gave me the permission to be more authentic and genuine in prayer and to really encounter the Lord who I was speaking to. And ultimately, he inspires me to be a priest like him, to be a priest who remains in habitual contact with the mystery, as Bishop Barron says, who remains in that place. And so, in thanksgiving for God's witness through Father Williams and for his priesthood, I say, praise be Jesus Christ.
Now